The global financial reset is happening, and the time is indeed here, folks. Look at this. In 2023, according to Tokenizer, I thought QUANT had the perfect year. We saw Project Rosalind and other cbdc pilots inspired by it, like Sela and EKRW. As you all know, central bank digital currencies are here. Central banks are exploring CBDCs, and even England, the United Kingdom, with its central bank, initiated Project Rosalind, and as you all know, QUANT network was a huge part of it. And according to Tokenizer in 2023, the fundamentals were strong. Everyone thought it had the perfect year. By end of 2024, he says that he was proven wrong. The UK RLN brought the biggest commercial bank DLT infrastructure, distributed ledger technology infrastructure is here, and it is orchestrated by the Overledger itself, folks. So Overledger is going to be performing really well. It's going to be functioning as the backbone of finance. It's going to be providing use cases and services, and it will provide services to institutions, financial organizations, firms, you name it. Now it is 2025, and I've since learned to just shut up, basically. So check this out. What is happening at the moment behind the scenes? Everything happens behind the scenes. As the cliche goes, that there are decades where nothing happens, and then there are decades where centuries happen. So, powering Oracle's blockchain infrastructure, partner with Euro Central Bank for digital euro, release of Overledger Fusion requiring QUANT utility. QUANT is going to be utilized in the infrastructure. The token is going to be used. The demand, and it is all about demand and supply, as we always say. When the demand comes, and the demand from the institutions, not just retail. At this point, only we have the retail hype, the pump and dumps, and whatnot. But in the future, when the utility era takes over, projects like QUANT Network that are going to be utilizing QUANT in its infrastructure, they have the potential to perform really well. Check this out. Bank of England RTGS renewal to fit the distributed ledger technology use. Bank of England emphasizing DLT interoperability. And as you all know, who's the interoperability king? QUANT Network with its platform Overledger, folks. So this is as exciting as they come. The infrastructure of money is being reshaped for the better, that is. Look at this. Gilbert Verdian, David Cunningham. Fusion will be there all in one platform. This is Gilbert. Great city event on the future of treasury, which we believe will be tokenized. And as you all know, tokenization is a multi-trillion-dollar industry. By 2030, $16 to $19 trillion being disrupted globally. And if we talk about the real estate market, if it is tokenized, as you all know, that 100 to 300 plus trillion dollars are being disrupted. So the potential is there, as you all know. Digital assets are here. Digital arena is being reshaped. Thank you for the opportunity, David Cunningham, to present and be part of the amazing event. David Cunningham has replied to Gilbert, superb presentation, sir. Great to see you, and thanks for making the time to share your view of the future and how you are building it. Indeed, the proponents and advocates like Gilbert are indeed constructing, forging the future of finance as we know it. If you do not know, David Cunningham is the head of strategy and partnerships for digital assets, Citibank, basically Ireland, County Galway, Treasury and Trade Solutions at Citi. So huge. Look at this, the info. Leading strategy and partnerships for digital assets in Citi's Treasury and Trade Solutions business, working with a truly dynamic global team serving 140 countries, 160 currencies while regulated. So regulations, the regulatory framework, they are here, and it is here to stay. There's a video over here, a 2-minute long video. Check this out from All In. QUANT Network CEO Gilbert on Project Rosalind and how QUANT helped BIS and the Bank of England explore what Overledger could deliver for central bank innovation. Let's check this out.
Amazon, Barclays, MasterCard use this innovative escrow technology that we built to create new types of payments and new types of flows.
What made Project Rosalind so successful was that it was very, very driven by end users. They engaged the API users and some big folks and some small folks early on and continuously throughout the project, and they still are doing.
Look at this platform to integrate and test payments and banking applications, Core Ledger API, Quant and the Overledger in the midst of it all. It is the connecting point, the bridge between traditional finance and DLT, blockchain, decentralized finance, you name it. BIS, Innovation Hub, Bank of England involved in this.
And that focus on what is it that end users want, why will they find it useful, actually is a massive contributor to project success, right?
Yeah, look at this, the commercial banks, institutions, fintechs, we've got DLT1, DLT2, Core Ledger API, Quant, Overledger, and then we've got the CBDC API, ability to interoperate with existing payment system types. So the best part about projects like Quant and businesses like Quant is that they're not here to totally disrupt or basically create chaos. They are here to integrate with the ongoing existing legacy systems and the status quo that we already have, be it in terms of the payment systems, be it in terms of participant networks. The ISO 20022 messaging standard is here, and this new messaging standard will take over SWIFT and the way we conduct transactions, transfer money all over the globe. As you all know, the outdated system, they are obsolete in the current time scale, in the current time frame. It takes a lot of fees and a lot of days to send money from one place to another. So the transactions, I think they need to change. We are in the dinosaur era, and Quant Network and projects like them will change this dinosaur finance and bring something new to the game.
It means there's a reason for the project to happen, which is not the case with all blockchain projects. It was very, very iterative. Every week we were coming up with new requirements. Every week we were producing new demos, and we had really strong participation from the Bank of England, from BIS, from everybody. And the project was like an absolute dream, right? It was the best project we've worked on.
It was truly agile. We're receiving requirements, shipping a build, receiving feedback from users within a 2-week span. It's something that you don't get very often in projects or products, that you're getting user feedback within 2 weeks of getting the requirements. So that by itself was exhilarating.
Quant's technology for Project Rosalind essentially provides the technological foundation of the entire project itself.
A big part of our contribution to that was Overledger, our technology, and that made everything much smoother and much faster. If we'd been building against a regular blockchain and integrating with it directly, we would never have been able to do it in 6 months.
The whole idea of Project Rosalind was to create a whole bunch of APIs that businesses and banks could use to interact with CBDCs. Those APIs actually talk to Overledger.
Look at this, folks. The core API layer, central bank ledger layer, simulation of account-based ledger. We've got smart contracts, simulation of token-based ledger. Then we've got the ledger API layer, the core API layer, and the service provider layer. In this layer, in the service provider layer, the use cases happen, real-world use cases where payment giants, financial organizations, they're going to be making use of it. This is the Rosalind sandbox over here, FAPI, TLS orchestration, messaging, and you name it. And then we've got the DLT connectors, CBDC API, DLT API, signing API. These are the transaction signing responders, the keys. Yeah, awesome.
And interact with the blockchain via Overledger. So we literally provide the technological foundation for interaction.
Quant Ledger in the midst of it all, so you can see what's happening behind the scenes.
With blockchain.
The other area where we contributed a lot was in our smart contract expertise. We built the smart contracts for this, which are quite complex central bank digital currency smart contracts, and that's a kind of a credit to the folks on our tech team.
Okay, so let's further go on and check out what's happening. We're going to be looking at this in a moment. This is Apex Consulting. The tech has a 5-year head start in blockchain. I don't see, this is a quotation by the way, I don't see anybody ever competing with them. A potential 80 to 95% market share. It is a bold claim. We're going to be looking at this in a moment. So indeed, this is a bold claim, folks. 80 to 95% market share. Imagine where the value will be. Seems Swift knows a thing or two about innovation. Be it Hedera, be it XDC network, be it QUANT network, all are chosen for Sibos 2025's exhibitors. And if you do not know already, Sibos will have so many of the financial giants present. It is a really great opportunity for these projects and businesses to meet like-minded people and forge networks. So, these are handpicked by Swift themselves. We covered this, I think, in the last video as well. In the last coverage, I think it was for XDC, if I'm not wrong. Look at this. Unlike exhibitors that we'll see at the event like JP Morgan, IBM, BBVA, JP Morgan is a financial giant, as you all know. BlackRock is interested in digital assets, tokenization. Larry Fink is indeed talking a lot about tokenization, and IBM is a powerhouse as well. So all of these names involved over here further build credibility and give us some sort of security. Look at this. Is it true that Discover members from Sibos can't pay their way in and can only be selected by Sibos to present? So indeed, they cannot pay their way in, folks. They have to be selected by Sibos to do whatever they want over there. Discover Zone participants at Sibos cannot pay to be there. They are handpicked by Sibos through a selective process, either by direct invitation or by being chosen from a competitive application pool. Unlike exhibitors who can pay for booth space, Discover is entirely curated. Now, this is a key statement over here, that Discover is entirely curated, because if you had to pay your way in, then it wouldn't be legitimate. If they are being chosen, then we're talking about something happening, something special happening with these businesses that oftentimes goes missed, folks. So yeah. I think that this is a really great sign and a really good development that is happening. QUANT is as bullish as ever, that's for sure. Yeah, look at this. Honest question to the holders: when to cash? What if we stay around this price range? Would you rather to cash around this level or risk to keep holding and everything nukes down eventually? We all know the potential of this and what it can do, but just wondering what you all think, folks. Without risk, and nothing happens without risk, be it investment, be it anything, you have to take that bold step forward, but you have to see the partnerships, what is happening fundamentally. The technicals aren't always the answer. The fundamentals are what is happening behind the scene, what is the business doing, what the project is doing. Even when it comes to the stock market, the shares market, be it Microsoft, be it Amazon, you name it, the stocks of them. If you remember, if you analyze the patterns when they first started out, there was a huge accumulation phase and a dormant phase. The projects, the businesses stood dormant for a very long time. So the question could have been asked at that time as well, that if can they get nuked? Indeed, they can be nuked, but can they make it? The equal chance and opportunity is there for a project to make it as well when they've got the fundamentals going for it. Obviously, any project, any businesses, or any business can survive, thrive, or they can fall into the abyss as well. So it all depends on what is the core principle and core fundamental of the project, and after that, it all determines on your patience. It determines on the success of the project, which nobody can predict, but only speculate. This is Mind over here. Just received this comment on YT. He couldn't be further from the truth. So look at this. QUANT is better for blockchain ecosystem and moving information without regulations, but it runs on Ethereum. XRP is better for cross-border payments and moving currencies and its information, but do have regulations to deal with. The big question which will make you richer moving money and information, or moving information and payments. So the pool should be greater when banks come online with XRP, not to say QNT information is not worth money, but it is not money. But it's not money. XRP don't need QNT at all to move information. So I think there can be a lot of different winners in this space, in the utility realm. Oftentimes we see maxis or cult of certain projects talk like this. We need more than one business or project to survive and thrive, and if this industry is to survive, if this industry is to become credible, we need more than one good player in the space, folks. That's for sure. Look at this. Circle launches ARC blockchain with USDC as gas token. QNT integrates ARC amid bearish funding rate. Circle's strategic pivot into a layer 1 blockchain, ARC, using USDC as its native gas token marks a significant expansion of its ecosystem and potential utility for the stablecoin. Being associated with Circle directly or indirectly is always good. As you all know, it is one of the most regulated stablecoins in the market out there. So despite these positive developments, the negative funding rate for QNT on Bybit suggests a bearish sentiment among some traders, potentially anticipating a price correction or reflecting broader market dynamics. Okay, the price is in the dumpster. QNT needs to double in the immediate short term, and that still isn't even close to the all-time high. I feel your frustration. Obviously, folks, we saw that frustration take place with XRP as well from 2017 up until now. You saw a long accumulation phase. I agree that the SEC case was there. The governments were involved at that when it comes to Ripple, but besides that, we're talking about the accumulation, because the initial pump that QNT had was massive. After that, you need a long accumulation phase as well to justify that. So this is just my take on it, that it is all about patience. It is all about being consistent. I know when we see a lot of greens in the market, it becomes a bit frustrating, but still, what's happening behind the scenes when it comes to fundamentals, QNT is there and it is trying to create that new reset. So folks, what do you guys think about Quant Network? Do you believe that it indeed is there to create that great global financial reset? I would really like your opinions. Do hit the comment box below and let the community know. Anyways guys, this was it for the video. If you liked it, make sure to like, share, comment and subscribe, and hit the notification icon if you're interested in utility projects and different potential gems. And you can also support the channel by checking out Patreon by following the link in the description box below. Until next time, stay blessed and stay tuned. Thank you very much, everyone.